Here are the Hawaiian Tel FCU starting lineups. They will crawl across the bottom of your screen for tonight. Hawaii wearing pink. It is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. They are wearing pink, and so am I.
And you look terrific.
Thank you very much. My wife says so too. Oyato will serve for Hawaii. Hawaii 15-2 on the season now. Oyato gets it in, dug up by Suter, Kuber, and that ball is hit over Hawaii. Dug up by Oyato. Longo. Ball put over by Olivao. Big hit that time by Ketty. And Hawaii will get the point. It is, again, the most consistent, the highest quality player Hawaii has, and that is Emily Hartung.
I think I would put Oyato in the same category.
Right behind. Hartung again. Oyato to serve 2-0 Hawaii. Hit over by Ketty. Pushed over by Taylor. Suter is there. Back set. Ball hit over by Harden. And that goes off the block. So Harden, a local product. Iolani, Honolulu.
Three-time All-Stater. Gotten better and better each year. Fifth-year senior, real leader, and go-to kill leader on this team. Hitting .312. That's a big number for an opposite.
Ketty serves and puts it into the net. That's a point for Hawaii. So Ketty goes out. Suter comes into the back row for Cal Poly. Emily Hartung serving. Kessler. Ball goes outside. Ball put over by Greenwald. Greenwald really pumps that ball, and it shanks off the court for a point for Cal Poly. 2 serving 3.
Well, Greenwald's a freshman that Sam Crossan said she has exceeded all of his expectations.
Ball goes into the net. Four serving 2. Serving is Longo. That's received by Walters. Ball put over by Kuber. Outside to Olivao.
What a bump set by Kalea Adolfo. Quick reactions. She bumped that ball up just perfectly for Tai Manu Olivao. Watch this reaction play right there. Nice bump up, good form, nice platform, no spin.
Longo serves again, knuckleballs it over. Big hit as that ball comes over by McConnell. Hawaii responds, and that goes out. They say it goes out. That brings Dave Shoji off the bench, and off the bench early.
Referee overrules this. Let's see if there's a touch. Hard to tell on that. Ball's definitely out.
3 serving 5. Oyato and Olivao. Manu Olivao from the corner. And Hawaii leads 6-3 coming into the game for Hawaii is Sarah Mendoza. McConnell on the receive. Back set. Ooh, big hit by Greenwald.
This is something that I think Hawaii's going to have to deal with all night long, as Ryan Suji alluded to in the Game On show. The right side is a very important part of Cal Poly's offense, just like it was for San Diego, which gave Hawaii their other loss.
Suter serving. Hawaii goes outside. taking something off that time was Olivao, and that ball goes out.
Well, Ty was trying to keep that ball in, just trying a little bit too hard. Keep it within the lines. Set wasn't where she wanted it.
Suter serves off the tape. Emily Hartung, little touch, goes over by Olivao. That ball hit into the antenna by Hannah Schleitz, just into the game.
Last week, Schleitz had 11 kills against Santa Barbara. Played pretty well.
Olivao serving. Ball hit over by Ketty, and that ball goes off Longo. So that's a point. Point for the Mustangs.
Jennifer Ketty, the fifth-year senior, two-time All-American there, number 8 in the middle. Watch for her. If she has a big night, Hawaii could be in trouble again.
Harden comes into the front row for Cal Poly. Joust at the net. That ball saved by Uiato. Longo, Emily Hartung. Suter digs it up. Outside it goes, and the big hit comes over by Schleitz. There is Emily Hartung again.
She had Jennifer Ketty lined up right on her, the two-time All-American. Two All-Americans eyeball to eyeball there, and somehow Hartung gets that past Jennifer Ketty.
Hartung must be getting used to that.
Oh yeah, she'll see two blockers all night long, just like she did last night.
Lily Polly has come in to serve. Courtney Lily Polly. Overpass, and that's hit down by Vorster. So Vorster in the right place at the right time. Hawaii leading by 3 in the first set.
Credit Lele Polly with a tough serve there that forced that overpass.
Lele Polly serves, knuckleballs it over. Harden. Hawaii responds. The ball is blocked after the hit by Hartung. There's Olivao, that's blocked by Ketty. Little touch, and working its way to the floor that time, and you can credit Hartung.
One time Ketty with a little lift. She got a nice touch on the block and then lifted it on the second touch.
Lily Polly serving again, 10 serving 6. Missed contact, and it will be a 4-hit. Missed contact in the middle. Hawaii benefits 11-6.
Well, let's take a look at the Kaiser Permanente keys to the match. Well, for Cal Poly, I think all they have to do is steal the UCSB game plan, which was basically to serve tough as they could and get two people up on Hartung all the time. And for Hawaii, got resilience. Can they bounce back? You know, the good teams don't. The great teams do, emotionally, mentally, and physically. We'll see if Hawaii can do that.
Lele Polly serves. Received by McConnell. That ball hit by Harden. That goes off the block, and that'll be a point for Cal Poly. Adolfo will come into, no, she just will come in as the buffer. Coming into the back row is Longo. I don't know why they make the change like that, but it's kind of done. There's a very good dink shot by Uiato. Uiato is getting to be rather proficient at
She has a nice little dump shot. She could see that Ketty was leaning to the outside to go block Hartung, part of Cal Poly's game plan. They're willing to give up an Uiato dump once in a while.
Uiato serving. That ball hit over by a Greenwald. Just pushed over that time by Ketty. The ball hit off the block by Emily Hartung.
Nice set from Ali Longo.
And this is the biggest lead that Hawaii has enjoyed in this first set. 13-9. Serving Uiato. Serves it wide. Watching it all the way that time was McConnell. Greenwald comes back into the front row along with McConnell and along with Harden. See who'll receive. No one. That ball goes into the net after being hit by Ketty.
Ketty was trying to get at Hartong. That's one of the strategies that teams often use, is try to wear down Hartong. Not only will she have to hit a lot of balls, if she has to pass a lot of balls, it will eventually wear her down.
Hartong serving. That's received by Kessler. And coming off the net that time, Forster made contact.
Once again, Hawaii's blocking on that left side, or the opponent's right side, still is a little sketchy. Not very clean coverage.
9 serving 14. Walters serves. Uyato, quick set, Forster. And Forster makes short work, gets it just inside the line on the far side.
Forster loves that little cutback shot. Good pass up front. Good time by Hartong.
She had trouble with it last night against UCSB. Could have been an out ball, but it was returned by Walters. Ball came floating over, and there was Olival to devour it.
That ball a little bit too far off of it. It was about the 6-foot line when Manu Olival eventually attacked it.
Greenwald serving. Uyato, one-handed set that time, pushed over by Adolfo. That ball is hit by Schleiss. Longo sets up Emily Hartong. Dug up in the back row that time by Schleiss. Ball comes over. Good one-handed diving dig by Taylor, keeping the ball alive. Goes down the line and in to the backcourt by Schleiss. And that's a point for Cal Poly.
Nikki Taylor with a great effort here, popping the ball up with her left hand. Remember, she's a righty. Did a nice job of popping it up with her left hand and keep the ball alive.
McConnell serving. Cross court. And there is Taylor. Taylor ripped that one. 16-11, Hawaii leading here in the first set. Sarah Mendoza will come in to serve now for Hawaii. Wearing pink tonight. Breast cancer awareness. Mendoza serving. Huber. And Schleiss tries to get it over, but that's 4 hits. Hits the tape. So it's 17-11 in the first set. Hawaii leading. And Sarah Mendoza from Santa Barbara, California, serving. The ball just dumped over. Saved by Hawaii. Saved by Hawaii, Emily Hartong, and then it went to the front court. Then was dumped over for the point. Timeout, Cal Poly.
Time now for the Fujitsu air conditioning cool play of the match. Watch this rat-a-tat play by the Rainbow Wahine. It was bang, 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 and eventually Adolfo got the kill.
18 serving 11. Sarah Mendoza continues her tenure. That's popped in the air by McConnell. And that's hit by Greenwald. Good corner shot by Greenwald. She was rapidly running out of room.
Dave shows you predicted that. He yelled out, "Coming at you, Ty," right after the play started. Ty was there, but Adolfo wasn't, so there was a big hole.
Sutter to serve just over the net. Longo, Uyato, and Adolfo tries to hit it over. And she's had that problem, and it continues tonight. Hitting the ball too low, hitting it into the tape.
Yeah, and the set is that set was a little bit low as well. Uyato turned around to Adolfo and said, "I got to get that higher."
Sutter served again. Received by Longo. Step out there. No, it went out.
That time, the set was perfect, and Adolfo just bit off more than she could chew. Much better connection, and solid connection.
14 serving 18. Sutter continues to serve for Cal Poly. Uyato, step out again.
Third time's a charm.
Going back toward the middle this time. Hit it into traffic. It worked. 19-14. Hawaii leads here in the first set. And serving will be Olivao. Manu Olivao. Huber tried the dump shot, but right there was Emily Hartong. Hartong was like hanging out on a street corner.
Hanging out on the street. She was. It wasn't very well disguised because Hartong was there awaiting, as you say.
Olivao off the tape. Back set. That ball is hit over by Kennedy. Really blasting that ball that time. For Hawaii was Olivao. Goes out. Huber will serve. 15 serving 20 here in the first set. Huber gets it in. Hartong, Uyato. And that ball goes right down the middle. Good center attack that time, Adolfo.
Now, if those two had connected like that last night, it might have been a different story. What do you think?
I tend to agree with you. They really had trouble in the middle. They forgot about the middle on occasion in last night's match.
Of course, it's easy to go back and look at woulda, shoulda, coulda. Hindsight's 20/20.
Lelipali serving second time. Serving in this first set. That ball is hit over, but out by Harden. So it's 22-15. Hawaii closing in on the first set. Lelipali continues to serve. Harden. Huber back to Harden. Off the block. Comes back over. That ball rat-a-tats around, and it will go to Cal Poly. Ketty was there. She was the main force. So it's 22-16. Kessler will come in. Nicole Kessler. She's from San Diego, California. Went to Patrick Henry High School. Kessler gets it in. Received by Longo. Uyato. Oh, what a hit from behind the 10, behind the 9-meter line. No, behind the 3-meter line.
That's a little new wrinkle
Olivao, yes.
in Hawaii's offense, setting Olivao the D set out of the back row.
23-16 Hawaii. Looking very efficient, looking different than they did last night. Olivao serves. That ball hit over by Harden. That'll be returned after Longo was there. And right there is Taylor. So Nikki Taylor gets the penultimate point here in the first set. 24-16. Hawaii.
Nikki goes up, finds the hole in the block and puts it down. Much better playing tonight than last.
Uyato serves. That ball hit over by Harden, and that goes off a block and down. Harden credited with the point. Ketty will go back to serve. Greenwald will come into the front row along with Harden and along with Schleiss.
Those numbers by Harden. 4 kills, hitting over 300.
Step out, block back, and that is saved by Emily Hartong. And there is Taylor. Taylor backing up on that, getting her balance, and then ripping it for the point to end the first set. 25-17.
OC Sports, presented on Oceanic Time Warner Cable, is sponsored by Bank of Hawaii, Kaiser Permanente, and Hawaii Honda Dealers.
Back at the Stan Sheriff Center. Stan Sheriff, an alumnus of Cal Poly, went on to become athletic director at the University of Hawaii after a career in the National Football League. After being the athletic director at Northern Iowa, that's his son Rich, who has done, I mean, he is dedicated really his life to his father's legacy here with the Stan Sheriff Center. And his father was a tremendous guy.
And there's 2 ladies who have been here since this arena opened, I think.
Yes, they have
every
been.
volleyball game. What do you think?
And they have been at the Club Gym before that.
Yeah.
That's Loretta in the middle.
She's the cheerleader. They're amazing, amazing gals.
Win or lose, they are there. As you looked just a moment ago at Harden, there's Taylor. And Manu Olivao.
Harden with 3 kills the first set. Greenwald with 4 kills, no errors, hitting 1,000.
That's Ketty. And Ketty will serve for Cal Poly.
Ketty's got a good serve. She had 13 service aces on the year.
Ketty serving. Emily Hartong, that ball rat-a-tats around. It was handled in the back row by Ketty, but she didn't get any altitude on her. And the point goes to Hawaii.
As usual, Hartong had 2 blockers on her, just like Santa Barbara did last night. Sam Crossan told his ladies tonight, I think, to do the same thing.
Uyato serving. Step out. The ball is put over by Greenwald. They go cross court. There's Vicky Taylor again. Taylor from the corner, just inside the antenna. Made it work.
Vicky Taylor hit that one with force. And she's got the line shot when she wants it, but she had too many out last night, so she's trying to keep the ball more in play.
That was Pancho's solar power play of the match. That hit by Taylor. So that was a service error. And going back to serve is Kate Walters. Walters from Los Gatos, California. She has 18 aces. 18. Taylor pounds it into the antenna. That's not good. And the point goes to Cal Poly.
Taylor is so big and so long that she really doesn't need to avoid the middle blockers, any middle blocker she faces. She can go over anybody.
Kate Walter serves. Hawaii Uyato, and that ball is hit by Borster. That's a very short, quick set. And when it works, it's a thing of beauty. Hawaii leading 3-2.
Hawaii's really got to take advantage of their 2 middles that have been so effective, hitting .453 and .423 this year.
The ball, Suter receives, puts it up in the air. The ball is just put over that time by McConnell. And there is Olivao. They worked into Olivao in the corner, and the double block was just late in getting there. It never really formed.
Nice back set from Ali Longo, the transfer from Penn State. Olivao wins the battle at the net. Ty now hitting 0 on the night. 4 kills, 4 errors.
Hartong serves. That ball hit over by McConnell. Hawaii will return it near the net. That ball hit over by Taylor. Taylor there on the block. There's Longo. And the big hit by Emily Hartong.
I'll tell you what I liked about that swing, Jim, was that Emily Hartong did not hit into the middle of the court where the block is. She chose to hit outside the block where it was formed and ended up getting a nice kill. Good location.
Hartong with an ace. Boy, she drilled that one. And that one off Walters. Deep in the corner. It showed up in a hurry.
Walters actually the sister of one of the assistant coaches, Caroline Walters.
Hartong again. Suter. Hubert, that ball is hit back after the hit by Greenwald. They go cross court. That's black after the hit that time by McConnell. And the Hawaii works it on the other side of the net against the block. Taylor much more effective tonight than she was last night. She struggled the whole match last night. Let's check out how it worked, presented by Central Pacific Bank.
Let's watch Kalea Adolfo. She gets a set from Uyato that's too low. Uyato tells her, hey, I got to fix that, so she sets her higher. And it's so good that Adolfo hits it out. Then the third time Adolfo says, that's a good set, nice and high. So I'll hit it cross court into the court. And that's how it works when a setter and a hitter communicate.
Hartung serves, step out. Big hit by Greenwald. Hawaii will return it. And there is Greenwald again.
Greenwald having a nice night. 5 kills and 7 tries. Hitting for big numbers. Did that little step out maneuver there. She hits the tight slide. She hit the wide slide.
O'Connell serving. Dug up by Hartung to go cross court. And Olivao is there. Hitting it off the block. The block was there. It stopped the ball, but that was it. The ball then cascaded to the floor. 8-3. Hawaii leads here in the second set. Serving is Longo. Just over the tape. McConnell. Huber. Huber goes cross court. Schleiss hits it, but hits it out. Schleiss, number 7, on the other side of the court. Longo will continue to serve. 9-3. Longo gets it in. Step out. Greenwald over Longo. Longo was retreating on it, and Hartung was coming over on the back line. And all of a sudden, they saw each other out of the corner of their eye, and that was the end of that.
And both of them backed off. Unusual for those two to miscommunicate. They're very good friends. But Longo just backed out at the last second.
Are you
Hartung
sure?
couldn't fix it.
Are you sure they're good friends?
Yeah, they are. Very good friends.
Suter cannot get to it. Runs into the radio group of people across the way, including Scott Robbs.
And Tiff Wells.
Yeah, Tiff Wells is there. They've been there all season. Mendoza serving. Huber. Huber with the dump shot. It works. Harden will come in to the front row, along with Ketty and along with Schleiss. 5 serving 10. Serving is Huber, and Huber hits it out. That's another point for Hawaii. Hawaii looking much different. Now, when you look at Cal Poly played, they played last week against UCSB, and it went 4, so they were very competitive. Harden hits it. The ball dug up by Mendoza. Patty cakes around. They go to Hartung. Hartung with the save on the block. Olivao hits it. Hetty blocks it. Hetty blocks it again after the hit by Hartung. So Jennifer Ketty, boy, she was all over.
Solid block by Jen Ketty that time. She got out there and got her arms over. She's the 2-time All-American, number 8. If she gets going, could give Hawaii problems.
Kessler now will serve for Cal Poly. Serves it long. Good look by Longo. Longo eyeballed it. The extent of the hit.
Glaring stat that's popping up right now. Hawaii with 22 digs to Cal Poly's 8. Very unusual to have that kind of disparity this early in the match.
Courtney Lilipali will serve now for Hawaii 12, serving 6. The ball is received by Suter. Hit over by Harden. Harden really in the right place. Excellent leap that time.
Chelsea Harden just got better and better each year. I talked to Sam Crossan about it. He said, boy, I don't know where we would be without Chelsea Harden.
Ball comes over. Mendoza, they go outside. Emily Hartung. That ball is hit off McConnell. Ketty gets it over. From the floor. No leap that time.
Who needs the jump?
From the floor.
Who needs it?
Emily Hartung hit it perfectly for the point.
This is a rare shot. She goes in, sets too wide, so she adjusts, backs up rather than jumping backwards. Just stands there and risks the ball over.
Serving is Oyato. And that ball was an overpass, and right there to gobble was Taylor.
Once again, Uiato causing that overpass. She is really a good server. Probably Hawaii's, she and Hartong are probably the two best servers, along with Longo. They create the most point scoring opportunities.
Hawaii now is doubled up on Cal Poly. They lead 14-7. Good step out that time by Greenwald. And it's 14-8. Kate Walters will come in to serve now for Cal Poly. McConnell in the front row, along with Greenwald. There's Taylor, and Taylor hits it off the block.
It goes into
and then into the antenna, yes.
Well, Taylor looks sometimes brilliant on the left side. I'm pretty sure that she's going to go play the left next year. She's just got to do some more work in the offseason. But if she gets good quality swings in out there, nobody can stop her. She can go over people easily.
Hartong serving. Suter with the diving dig. That ball is hit over by Greenwald. Suter again with the save. Rolling dig by Kuber. They get it across away with the advantage. Uiato goes cross court. That ball is hit over by Olivao. Then right there is McConnell. McConnell able to hit it off the Hawaii block.
And for the second time tonight, Nikki Taylor, look at her go down. She's 6'4". She goes to the floor, unafraid to give up her body. Second time she's done that tonight. I'm really impressed with her athleticism and willingness to give up her body to make the play.
McConnell serving. And Borster from the middle. Good middle attack. Comes back for the point. 16-9. Hawaii lead.
And very often those 6'4" players will play stand-up volleyball. They will not topple like a tree to the ground. They got further to go. But the good ones give it up.
Longo serving. Kuber step out. Greenwald, but right there with the solo block is Olivao.
First time tonight, Hawaii's blocked that right side of Cal Poly effectively. Olivao, simple little step out maneuver, and then reach over the net and down.
17-9, Hawaii leading. Longo serves. That ball hit down by Schleiss. Schleiss literally sliced it.
Schleiss still hitting negative though. 2 kills, 3 errors.
Suter serving. Longo, Uiato, Olibao.
Time Manu Olivao. Looks like she wants to make up for last night's performance where she had 5 kills and 5 errors, hitting 0-0-0. Playing very well tonight. 7 kills tonight, 4 errors, so hitting 200, a much better number for her.
Sarah Mendoza serving. And Kuber, left-handed, rips it. And Kuber, the setter.
Kuber was in 29 matches last year, averaged 5 assists per set. A nice left-handed attack there. This year she's doubled her assists per set to around 10.
Shannon Garrett has come in, and she will serve. She's from San Carlos, California. Serves it deep in the air by Longo. Getting the ball across is Emily Harton. Advantage, Cal Poly. That ball is hit by Ketty. Blocked, hit by Ketty again. Ketty went over right-handed. Then it was blocked, and so she went back left-handed. So you talk about multi-appendage usage. That was it. 18-12, Hawaii leading.
Right, then left, ambidextrous.
Garrett serves again. Received by Emily Hartong. Uiato. That ball is hit over by Adolfo. And a good double block after the hit by Schleiss. Adolfo was there along with Uiato.
Schleiss had 4 hands across you're staring at, nowhere to go. A high hand shot would have been better than low seam, that's for sure.
19 serving 12. Cal Poly, Harden gets to the cross. Longo, Uiato, back set. The ball just put over by Adolfo. They go cross court with the back set, that time by Garrett. And that ball was hit out. Volleyball to serve. 20, serving 12 here in the second set. Ketty in the air. Garrett. And Harden. Harden hits it off the block, hit it off Uyato.
Harden hits once on the left and twice on the right. Coach Crossman was telling you that she's been effective at both spots equally.
Kessler to serve, 13 serving 20. Longo and the over-the-shoulder,
the magician,
single NBA quality dump shot. 21-13, Hawaii. So Hawaii making changes now. Kayla Goodman coming in. And there you see, talk about really a loose, ambidextrous kind of way of playing. Uyato has it. Taylor Higgins in the game now. The ball hit by Harden. Harden hits it by Borster. And coming up with the block a little late that time was Emily Hartong.
Chelsea Harden with her 5th kill of the night. Nice little cross-court angle. She's also got the line shot when the ball gets set out to the antenna.
14 serving 21. Ketty to serve now for Cal Poly. Mishit that time, and the connection just wasn't there from Higgins to Borster.
Credit Ketty for forcing that bad pass that was too close to the net for Higgins to really give a good set.
So 15 serving 21. Ketty to serve. Received by Olibal, chased down by Higgins. That ball hit over by Hartong. Borster. Borster had it coming to her, and looming up in front of her was a defender, so she just decided to put it in the corner. Front corner.
Jade getting smarter and smarter as a player at the net, making good decisions on her shot selection. When she was younger, she would hit that ball into the block.
Uyato comes in to serve now. 22, serving 15. Garrett and Harden. Boy, Harden crushed that. Put it into the deep corner.
Chelsea Harden has what they call a wide fan. She can hit the ball down the line, and she can also hit the ball sharply cross court and everywhere in between. Great shot.
Kate Walters serving now for the Mustangs, and there was Forster. Forster really coming alive here. 23-16.
Forster picks up kill number 5 or 6, no errors. That was part of the game plan tonight, was to sit Forster and Adolfo more, take a little bit of the pressure off the pin hitters. They were seeing 2 blockers too many times.
(23-16).
Hey, are we going out?
Hawaii leading here. Serving is Hartong. That's an ace. Got it over. That ball went off Greenwald, but had no altitude to it at all. And this is Aloha ball for set number 2, in stark contrast to last night's 2.5-hour affair. Serving again. That ball is in the air by Suter. That's chased down by Walters. They get it across McConnell. Hawaii with the advantage now. A ball hit by Taylor. And Taylor hits that ball off of McConnell. And that'll do it for the second set. Hawaii wins 25-16. We're at intermission. Hawaii leading 2-zip.
Visit Big Island Candy's flagship in Hilo and now open at Ala Moana Center, Ball Level, Macy's Wing.
Let's take a look at the McDonald's match stats. Hawaii up 2-0.
Well, The stats are about as lopsided as the scores were. Hawaii hitting 397 to Cal Poly's 226. Look at the digs, 28 to 14. That's a huge disparity. Hawaii getting a lot more opportunities to attack at the net. The rest of the stats about even.
So we're ready to continue this match going into the third set. Everybody has to say, compared to last night, Hawaii is playing much better. Compared to last night, Hawaii seems to be back on their game. You have to thank the opponents perhaps for that, because they have a lot to do with it. Last night, it seemed that you look at UCSB, Santa Barbara had a plan and they made it work. Tonight, you look at Cal Poly, they are not as fluid.
I think they have the same plan. It's just not working as well because they just haven't executed it like they wanted to. When I talked to Sam Cross, their coach, before the game, he said they basically have the same plan as UCSB did, which is serve Hawaii tough and get two people up in Hartong all the time.
Uyato serving. Garrett with the over the back set. That's returned. It's dug up in the back row by Olivao. They go outside to Hartong. That's blocked. Saved by Longo. Hartong tries it again. And that goes off. That goes off McConnell in the back row.
Once again, Hawaii's libero, Ali Longo, she is everywhere. She was right there underneath Hartong, waiting for the block to come down, and she popped it right up to Uyato.
Uyato serves again near the net. That ball comes over from Keddy, but it goes out. So Uyato continues to serve here at the start of the third set.
You notice Dave showed you no substitutions. He's leaving this lineup intact, showing confidence that they can do it again, wanting them to regain their own confidence.
The ball is hit over by Schleiss. Hawaii struggles, but they're unable to handle it, and that is a point for Cal Poly. So Schleiss, Hannah Schleiss from Boise, Idaho will go back. And she will serve now for the Mustang. 1-3, third set. Great diving, one-handed dig by Longo. That ball comes over. And Harden was there. Harden was there to push it past Taylor.
It wasn't the greatest set in the world. Harden had four hands across she was looking at, but she found a way to be crafty and just tool the outside hands of Taylor.
Schleiss serves. Forster, Uyato, and there, hitting the ball in, was Taylor.
That was one of those times where Nikki Taylor looks like all world on the left. Looks like she should be there every single play when she goes across the front. But Dave showed you wants to, as he said earlier, wants to wean her into playing that left side. For sure she'll be a left-sider next year.
That's an ace by Emily Hartong. Hartong to serve again. 5-2. That's Kessler. And Hawaii is there with the block off the hit by Harden.
That's set just a little bit too low for Harden to do anything with it.
Garrett, the starting setter for Cal Poly here in the third set. Suter pops it up, but that's not going to stay inbound. In fact, it goes on the other side of the net. Cal Poly has not started well at all. Hawaii leads 7-2. Third set, more to come. The series record is sponsored by Aston Hotels and Resorts. Hawaii leads the series 29-4. Hartong to serve. 7-2. Garrett. That ball is hit over by McConnell. Forster was there. And then from behind the 3-meter line, Emily Hartong.
Twice tonight now I've seen Emily Hartong go for the corners on her pipe set out of the back row. Normally she hits straight ahead into what's called area C. 6, which is also where the blockers are tonight. She's avoiding those blockers and getting kills.
Hartong serves again. Suter pops it up. Garrett feeds to Schleiss. That ball is hit over by Taylor. That goes off the block. Coming off McConnell.
Taylor making much better shot selections tonight. Not trying to get too fancy, hitting it down the line, catching some antenna. He's only taking the line when it's there. And just hitting some regular old blue collar cross-court shots.
9-2 Hawaii in the third set. Well dug up by Kessler. Overpass. Forster two-hands it over. That ball is hit by McConnell. Keeps it alive. Hartong, Uiato, outside it goes. Olivao whistles that one by Harden.
Nice set by Uiato. Notice that the Cal Poly middles are now starting to honor Jade Forster in the middle, making it easier for Uiato to set the outside.
Harden hits it hard, but the double block was there. That ball is hit, and another double block. And finally, mishitting the ball on the far side was Harden. So it is 11-2. Hawaii just simply running away.
Hawaii on an 8-0 run right now.
Hartong continues to serve. That's dug up by Suter. Garrett. The ball kind of pushed over that time. And they go to Olivao. Good save by Kessler. Forster. Forster didn't get a great 100% hit on that, but it was effective. So she'll take it. 12-2. Let's go inside the numbers presented by Burger King. 8 is the number. Victories this season for Cal Poly. That doubles their 2012 win total. They were only 4-26. Here they're having their troubles against Hawaii. 12 serving 2. Hartong has been there a long time serving. Cross court, and that ball finally comes over by McConnell.
Here's some other numbers that are kind of interesting that are different than last night's game. Here are the number of kills that Hawaii has. Here's our distribution. 9 kills for Taylor, 6 Forster, 7 Olivao, 9 Hartong. Last night only 1 player in double figures in kills, and that was Emily Hartong.
Garrett with a good dig. The ball is hit softly that time by McConnell, and Hawaii was right there to just react to it and get another point. And it is 13-3 in favor of Hawaii here in the third set. Tuininga will come into the game. Christiana Tuininga. She will come into the front row, along with Olivao and along with Taylor. Serving is Longo. 13 serving 3. Ball comes over. Uiato. Hartong. Hartong hits the tape. That aided the rotation of the ball. 14-3.
Nice little broken play. Hawaii got a break there.
Longo, the senior, to serve. Off the tape again. Dug up by Kessler. That ball hit by Harden. That's blocked by Olivao. And Olivao's block never does come back up. And it's 15-3. I mean, 15-3.
If there are questions about Hawaii's resilience, their bounce back ability, I think they've been answered, don't you think?
I think so. I mean, last night was a real experience for this club. Something that they had not really experienced in San Diego early in the season.
Exactly.
And so they're now trying to forget that and move on. Damage has already been done.
I'm impressed with the way they've made a strong statement. They could have come out tired after 2.5 hours and 5 sets. Could have come out with less energy tonight. They came out with really solid energy.
Huber was serving, puts it into the net. That's not good. It's 16-4. I was talking earlier, a short conversation with Dave Shoji, and he said, I'm not a good loser.
He is a competitor.
Ginger Long will serve now for Hawaii, just into the game, number 1. That's an ace.
Picks up her second ace of the year.
That went down in front of Kessler. So it's 17-4.
Ty, you get the slide, Ty, you got forward. Hey, you got to track him here.
Hawaii in total control here against Cal Poly. Long serves it again. Kessler, Huber. That ball is hit over by Greenwald, and that's saved by Long. And that one is in by McConnell. So McConnell will go back to serve. Schleitz will come into the front row, number 7.
Swing by McConnell. She's all Big West freshman team in 09.
That is an ace. Also into the front row for Poly is Marianne Guerra from Mountain View, California, number 18. 6 serving 17. Serving is McConnell. Ball pushed over by Tuininga. Suter with the save. Comes back over. And they try to get the joust going, but the advantage was Cal Poly. And Guerra will be credited with the point. If you need tickets to an upcoming UH contest, visit Hawaiian or HawaiiAthletics.com. Call 944-2697 or visit the Stan Sheriff Center box office. 3 easy ways to get your seats for exciting UH sports action. So Christiana Tuininga there with the kill, and it's 18-7.
Tuininga, who's been in the battle for that middle blocking position all year long with a Vorster and Adolfo, gets her time now to shine in the 3rd set.
So Ashley Castle comes into the game. And that ball hit over with a very good set that time by Greenwald. Greenwald with the good step out. 18-8. Hawaii leading by double digits. They lead by 10, of course. Suter will serve. The ball received by Hartung. Hartung gets it back from Uiato and hits it right into the double block. Hit it into Ketty.
That set was a little inside. It was right up against the 2-time All-American and the best blocker on Cal Poly's team, Jen Ketty.
Greenwald also there. Suter serves the next attempt, and it goes out. 19-9 here in the 3rd set. Coming into the game is Kawamura, Kaya Kawamura. Kayla, excuse me. Kayla Kawamura. I should know that by now. Huh? Kawamura serves, knuckleballs it over. Great serve. And that ball is hit down. That's a real kill shot by Uiato.
I told you she needs to get more offensive.
Yeah, Vorster actually was the center that time.
Vorster's going, where did that come from, Mita? Fans loved it.
Into the net by Kawamura. Service error. 20-10. Hawaii has doubled up here.
You know, that shot reminded me a lot of Mita's setting coach, Robin Amo Santos. Robin can do that with ease and aplomb.
Robin was watching the football game on our monitors here before the players came in, and that was a heartbreaking loss.
Oh, it really was, wasn't it?
That is not a good set that time by Garrett.
In case people just are tuning in, notice the breast cancer awareness uniforms.
Yes.
And congratulations to your wife, Tony, in her winning battle against breast cancer.
Diagnosed in January, just completed her treatment this month. That ball hit over by Ginger Long. And she's very happy, as if to say thank you very much. The Jack fact is Cal Poly, Hawaii's connection. Stan Sheriff, the former Hawaii athletic director, namesake for this arena, was the starting center at Cal Poly. football. Later went on to play in the National Football League for various teams. That was hit off long by Hardin. So Hardin will be credited with the point. It's 22-11. But Stan Sheriff was at Northern Iowa as the AD, came over to Hawaii. And this was his idea of an arena. There were some politicians that said, we don't need an arena 10,000 seats. Nobody is interested. They're only interested in volleyball, and nobody comes in more than 4,000, so we don't need a big arena. And if I may editorialize, his work with that, his vision, killed it. 23-11. He fought these politicians every day. And this is a great building. Into the game is Katiana Pant, number 20. Serves that one long, 23-12. Serving is Ketty. The ball goes off of Pant, and it's 23-13. Hawaii leading by 10. Dave Shoji has been at the bench many times and early.
He's been coaching hard tonight.
Yes.
He was not happy with the loss last night. He's going to make sure that no stone is left unturned in getting the job done tonight.
Kate Walters serving. That's received by Longo. And hit over and down by Castle after that set by Higgins.
I'll tell you, if Ashley Castle's given an opening in the block, she will find it and bury it.
Tuininga comes into the front row for match point. This is aloha ball for the match. Hawaii has made short work of Cal Poly. Longo serves. Kessler, Garrett, and that ball is put over by McConnell. McConnell mishits, and it's over. So Hawaii wins, and they win easily, 25-13 in the third set. More to come.
All right, we are back at the Stan Sheriff Center with head coach Dave Shoji. The perfect remedy for a night like last night is a night like tonight.
Well, it was a rough 24 hours because we all were kind of soul searching about what happened last night. Nobody was happy about it, obviously, and we were very determined to come back and play well tonight, which we did.
Maybe it's the pink uniforms, but they certainly came out with a lot more brightness, a lot more energy, and that's obviously what you wanted to see.
Well, that's the thing we need to do every night is have energy. Maybe we ought to wear them every night. I don't know. They're pretty bright, but yeah, I think, you know, we have good leadership, so I think behind the scenes in the locker room, maybe someone was encouraging our girls, but they came out and did a nice job.
Well, that was my next question. We talk about the veteran leadership, all the seniors on this team. Is there some point after a match like last night, you say your piece, but then you exit stage left and you hope that somebody grabs the bull by the horns?
Well, it's like a broken record with me, so they, you know, they've heard it all, and you know, so I took kind of the back seat tonight, and I didn't want to really get in front of them and make a big deal about last night or tonight, so we just kind of let them play. But we, like I said, we have good leadership, and I'm sure there were some things said after the match and before tonight. We came out, yeah, you know, we weren't spectacular, but we played real steady.
Right, back on the road, good luck, safe travels. We'll see you back here in a couple weeks.
Thank you.
Thank you, head coach Dave Shoji. We'll be back with more from the Stan Sheriff Center. Everybody stick around.
Hawaii wins big tonight. They win easily. They win quickly. Let's take a look at the mid-pack Petroleum leaderboard. Big West team kills. Hawaii is on top, then Northridge, then UC Davis, Cal State Fullerton, and Cal Poly. The Mustangs appearing here tonight. Much more to come from the Stan Sheriff Center. It's a great building.
Bank of Hawaii presents the players of the match. For Cal Poly, Taylor Greenwald with 8 kills, only had 1 error all night long, so she had 500, had a block. And for Hawaii, Nikki Taylor, 10 kills, hit 600 tonight, hit negative last night. What a turnaround, Nikki. And she gave up her body defensively all night long. 2 spectacular digs.
We'll be back with more right after this. Well, back here at the Stan Sheriff Center, of interest too is that the turnstile 5,659, not that much below last night's crowd. You would think, oh, Hawaii lost. Maybe since they lost, it won't be as interesting.
Away,
yeah, people will stay away. That usually happens, but not with this crowd. Not with this crowd. Let's take a look at the upcoming schedule. On October 24th, Northridge, the Matadors. That's on the road, and that is going to be a tough match. And then on the road against UC Davis. On November 1st, the Anteaters come into the Stan Sheriff Center along with Long Beach State, the 49ers. And then on November 9th, they have to go on the road and play the team that beat them last night, Santa Barbara, the Gauchos. So it's turning into a real league, a real conference of competition, and I like that. I really like that.
I love it. I think that, with Northridge on top of the league right now, they haven't lost, that I know, unless they lost tonight. So they're in first, Hawaii's in second. And then in third is Santa Barbara, and Hawaii's got to beat them at their place. That's going to be interesting. They've got to beat Northridge home and away. So it's going to make for a really interesting league season, and we didn't think it would be that way. We thought it'd be 18-0 again, and they'd walk out there and Dave would run the table like he said he would like to do to get a home bid for the first two runs of the NC2A.
We were really arrogant last night, weren't we?
Thinking
when we said,
what did we say?
Well, look at this RPI. Somebody will come up and they'll cheat because all the power conferences are around there. Then they go out and they lose.
Yeah.
Now, that loss is going to really affect the way they are respected across the country. But the season is not over yet. What I like about the Big West now, it's competitive. It's competitive. You have to play very good, steady volleyball to win it.
Yeah, I totally agree, and I think that this is going to make Hawaii a better team, in my opinion. I like losses, especially losses where other teams expose your weaknesses. Only then is Hawaii going to get better.
That's true. When we come back, I promise you, final comments on tonight's match. Hawaii is now 16-2 on this season, and this season all of a sudden has become very interesting because of the loss last night. So when you look at the way that Hawaii played tonight, I mean, they came out with purpose, and they came out, we're not going to fool around, and they didn't. They didn't fool around. So it remains to be seen, but I think that this is the most interesting of all of the University of Hawaii sports because of the winning. I mean, the football team lost just a heartbreaker today, and you have to wonder how and when are they going to put it together to win a game?
Here's what I liked about tonight. The way Hawaii bounced back, number one. Number two, last night Hartong hit 61 balls. It was twice as many as any other player. Tonight, the distribution, Taylor had 15 swings. Taimano Olivao had 20 swings. Hartong had 22. It was much more, and Vorster had 11. The team hits 405 with a diversity of sets, and I just think when more people get involved, Hawaii has a better chance to be successful. That's what I like best about tonight, plus the fact they bounced back so well emotionally. Came out very intense, very focused.
Good job by the coaches, huh?
Yeah.
Got to give
or
them
the players. Dave was giving the players credit for giving the pregame and postgame speeches.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hawaii wins tonight. They do so in overwhelming fashion. Stay tuned now for the post-match report.